All right, let's be honest, the words dark web probably conjure up images of hooded figures in dimly lit basements, hacking into the CIA mainframe while simultaneously ordering a hitman and a pizza. And while that might be a bit dramatic, okay, very dramatic, the truth is the dark web is a bit like a bag of chips. It might seem harmless at first glance, but delve a little deeper and you'll find a whole lot of questionable stuff lurking beneath the surface. So, buckle up, dear viewers, because today we're taking a trip into the digital underbelly to expose the risks and realities of the dark web. First up, let's talk about everyone's favorite online pastime, cybercrime. The dark web is basically a haven for all things illicit, but one of its biggest draws is the sheer volume of stolen data floating around. We're talking credit card numbers, social security numbers, passwords you swore you'd never forget but definitely did. You name it, it's probably for sale. And don't think for a second that you're immune. Remember, in 2021, when hackers leaked over 3.2 billion passwords from LinkedIn and Netflix? Yeah, those ended up on the dark web faster than you can say password 123. It's a stark reminder that in this digital age, our personal information is more vulnerable than we'd like to think. This stolen data fuels a whole ecosystem of digital nastiness, from identity theft to phishing scams. And let's not forget about the hacking tools and malware. The dark web is like a digital arms bazaar where cyber criminals can buy and sell the latest exploits and viruses. It's enough to make even the most tech-savvy among us want to crawl under a rock and disconnect from the internet forever. Now, if you thought stolen data was bad, wait till you hear about the online shopping experience the dark web offers. Forget Amazon Prime, we're talking about digital black markets where you can find everything from counterfeit cash and fake IDs to drugs and weapons, all from the comfort of your own home. It's like Etsy, but instead of handmade soaps and artisanal cheeses, you're browsing through listings for illegal firearms and endangered animal products. The now defunct Silk Road was the poster child for these illicit marketplaces, and it's a name you should remember. This online black market operated with shocking brazenness, raking in billions of dollars in untraceable Bitcoin before the FBI finally shut it down in 2013, seizing over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin in the process. But here's the kicker. Shutting down Silk Road was a bit like playing whack-a-mole. As soon as one marketplace went down, another two popped up in its place. It's a constant cat-and-mouse game between law enforcement and these digital kingpins, and it's a game with very real consequences. Now we've covered cybercrime and illegal marketplaces, but brace yourselves, folks, because we're about to venture into the truly disturbing side of the dark web, the one that keeps law enforcement officials up at night. We're talking about human trafficking, hitman for hire services, and the kind of depraved content that would make even the most hardened horror movie buff squirm. This isn't just about stolen credit cards and fake passports anymore. This is about the darkest aspects of humanity finding a home in the shadows of the internet. In 2018, Europol, in a rare moment of victory, managed to shut down two of the biggest dark web marketplaces, Alphabay and Hansa, in a coordinated operation that sent shockwaves through the online underworld. These sites were notorious for facilitating the sale of everything from stolen credit card data to drugs and weapons, and their closure was a major blow to the criminal networks operating on the dark web. But as always, the celebrations were short-lived. Like weeds sprouting through the cracks in the pavement, new marketplaces emerged, ready to take their place. The fight to combat these horrific crimes continues, but it's a constant uphill battle. Now, you might be thinking, well, as long as I'm not buying illegal firearms or browsing for hitmen, I'm probably safe, right? Dear viewers, if only it were that simple. The truth is, even dipping your toes into the murky waters of the dark web can expose you to a whole host of risks. First and foremost, let's talk about the psychological toll. Remember that disturbing content we mentioned earlier? Yeah, that's not something you can easily unsee. Exposure to such material can have serious and lasting effects on your mental well-being. Then there's the ever-present threat of law enforcement. You see those cybercrime units we mentioned? They're not just sitting around twiddling their thumbs. They're actively patrolling the dark web, setting up honeypots and tracking down anyone engaging in illegal activity, and trust me, they're very good at their jobs. And if getting caught by the feds wasn't bad enough, there's also the risk of falling victim to exit scams. Remember Empire Market, one of the largest dark web marketplaces? In 2020, it vanished into thin air, taking over $30 million in Bitcoin with it. Poof, gone! Finally, let's not forget about the ever-present danger of malware. The dark web is teeming with infected websites, malicious downloads, and sophisticated phishing scams just waiting to ensnare unsuspecting users. One wrong click and bam, you've downloaded a nasty piece of ransomware that's holding your precious cat photos hostage until you pay a hefty sum in Bitcoin. And let's be real, we've all been tempted to click on that "you won't believe what this celebrity did" link at some point, but on the dark web, those impulses can have far more serious consequences. Take the Doppelpaymer ransomware gang, for example. These guys are like the Don Draper of digital extortion, operating with a chilling efficiency that would make any cybersecurity expert break out in a cold sweat. They've been linked to attacks on hospitals, schools, and even government agencies, encrypting entire networks and demanding millions of dollars in ransom. And where do they lurk? You guessed it, in the shadowy depths of the dark web. So, the next time you're feeling adventurous and think about venturing into the dark web, remember this: it's a bit like walking through a minefield blindfolded. You might emerge unscathed, but it's far more likely you'll trigger a digital explosion that you'll regret for years to come. So there you have it, folks, a glimpse into the dark underbelly of the internet. It's a place where anonymity reigns supreme, where cybercrime flourishes, and where the lines between the virtual and the real blur in unsettling ways. But before you swear off the internet entirely and retreat to a life of Luddite isolation, remember this: knowledge is power. By understanding the risks and realities of the dark web, we can better protect ourselves and navigate the digital world with a healthy dose of caution. To stay safe from these dark web threats, avoid downloading anything from suspicious sources, never share your personal information on unverified websites, and for heaven's sake, use a secure network and a strong, unique password for every single online account you have. Think of it like wearing a digital hazmat suit. It might not be glamorous, but it's far better than the alternative. And if you really want to sleep soundly at night, do yourself a favor and check out services like Have I Been PDU'd? They can tell you if your email address has been compromised in a data breach, allowing you to take action before any real damage is done. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and for goodness sake, stay safe out there in the digital wilderness.